a video.
You're ready to go. Check your orders, sit down and check everything.
I never in my wildest dreams would have been able to imagine that this would be possible and that I would be involved in such a special journey of the heart. A journey that involves cycling across South Africa and then running one of the toughest ultramarathons in the world.
These people are doing this event for no other reason other than to share their love, to share their inspiration, and doing it together.
So just like Phil Masterton Smith did in 1933 when he couldn't afford the train ticket to get to the Comrades Marathon, so he did what he knew how and got on a bicycle and rode there, showing that if you follow your heart and do what is your passion, you just can't go wrong. There is no wrong. And that's what the message we're trying to communicate with the Unogwaja challenge is, that if you feel something deep inside, you have to follow it. You have to follow your heart.
The human being can achieve anything that it sets its mind to do. I think it's a message to the world that we can work together for a common goal.
If you set your mind to it and you set your heart to it, the sky's the limit.
Follow your heart and you will get through life okay, because we've got everything, and what makes that even more special is that we've got serious hearts.
The actual running and cycling part of it is almost secondary to the message that we want to get across as an Unogwaja challenge. We want to send a message out to normal South Africans, to normal people, and our message is getting broadcasted around the world that you too can follow your heart, and when you do, incredible and magical things do happen.
You see guys who just, they don't have any interest in doing anything, they just wander along, they go to take their classes, they do what's prescribed to be done. They go off and they go into their careers and do whatever they're going to do. And I think a lot of people maybe feel they do that because it's what they have to do, not what they want to do.
For the last 3 years, the Unogwaja challenge has become a huge part of my life. I had never run long distances, didn't own a bike, but it was in my heart, and you just got to trust that and believe that you can do it.
I love this country, it's for me, South Africa is my second country, and I just love the scenery. Every time I come, it's so impressive, it's amazing, and it's a privilege to be cycling and to cross South Africa on a bike. It's incredible. No words to describe.
Getting on our bikes every day, in the beginning was pretty easy, we were all excited, and as the days got longer and longer and longer, it became a bit harder to keep his legs going, and we had so many highs and so many lows in one day that I felt I was on like a constant roller coaster ride. But it didn't matter how bad the lows were, you knew that there was going to be a high, and each and every person contributed to helping people through each and every one of those lows.
Humans basically are competitive, and it's quite good to take part in something where the competitive instinct is harnessed in another direction. The times we finish, who finishes how, it's all irrelevant. I think sometimes a lot of people are liberated by that and able to have an experience they've never had before, because they're so busy worrying about the race, the event, the finishing, the conditions and all the rest. They forget that there's actually a whole range of other things that come into it.
From the cycle, I mean, day 2, I was crying up the last hill before lunch thinking I'm not going to get there. But a few of the guys came around me and said, listen, take it slow, it's not a race. The one thing that I learned about this very early on is it's not about who gets to point B first.
It's great to see people grow towards each other over the time, and just pushing themselves, but also learning to help others through the pain and learning to work together, and I just think that was unbelievable.
Rich has got a bit of a mechanical, the tube is worn through to the canvas, so we're a bit worried, but we think he can just push on another half an hour and then we change it there for lunch.
I thought it might happen, but it's cool. Got a bit of time. I'm going to just quickly do a quick swap around. We've got a great backup team here, so we'll be on the road in a few minutes. No problem.
Yeah, we're under a little bit of pressure at the moment. Lost time at various points, and it's nothing major, but it's just accumulatively meant we're a little bit short of time. We've still got probably 30 plus kilometers to do, and I don't think we're going to make it before dark.
All happening today. We just made it in, the sun's just gone down. We've been on the road for, what do you say, 12 hours and 1 minute.
That was our first test. A lot of questions were asked, and although the legs are tired and not really feeling ready to take on another 200 k's tomorrow, I'm sure a good night's sleep, some food, and being back with this group again in the morning, we'll get it done. I think the Unogwaja Challenge really asks a lot of questions of the people that take part in the Unogwaja Challenge, but not only the people that take part, but the people that come across this journey. And I think quickly you realise there's a lot more to it than the physical components of the challenge.
I wasn't feeling very comfortable on the bike, but I thought to raise money for charity kept me going, and particularly on the last day when we heard that Titana was giving 10,000 rand for each Unogwaja that finished, gave a different meaning and then pushed me through, and I think a lot of the guys gave that extra bit of energy because it's a great incentive to help those that are less fortunate or that need that support.
I hope that the Unogwaja Challenge is a powerful example of what happens when you follow your heart. That doesn't mean that you have to ride across South Africa and run a long way. I hope it just encourages people to follow whatever it is in their heart. Whatever that they feel that they truly believe in, they're truly passionate about, they have to follow it. Oh my word, give me a proper hug.
I don't think a lot of people in South Africa actually realize how important the Comrades Marathon is to the fabric of South African society over the last few years. Everyone that you speak to talks about waking up when they were young and watching this journey unfold between Pietermaritzburg and Durban. And it has been the central thing that has allowed different races in South Africa to come together over the last 30, 40, 50 years. And it's really much a display of South African culture on one day in one heaving mass of people on the start line. It's quite spectacular to see.
There's just a sea of humanity running, and it's just incredible. And the amount of people along the wayside who knew who we were and knew what we'd done, and we're shouting Unogwaja and Shoops and on you go and great job. I think the message is really beginning to spread, and I think this event's going to spread much wider and much all over the globe.
The support on the side of the roads, on the Comrades, epitomizes what Comrades is. Complete strangers, just cheering people on. Even just one single word coming from a passionate supporter on the side of the road, the runners will just hold on to that, and that little thing might just get them to the end.
We've got a bit of a protection group around David Williamson. He's got a sore leg, but he's keeping the pace. Everyone's just working around him.
I was in a lot of pain, really worried. I thought my body was going to shut down on me before I could get to where I needed to be. Tiago and Rita came alongside and were like, right, this is what we're going to do. And I just was like, okay, whatever they said, I did.
Yeah, we're going well. David and my wife and I, we have plenty of time, so we'll make it to the finish for sure. And then after Polish shorts, our strategy is to wait for the rest of the guys behind us.
Me, it's gone into my hip and into my back. I've never been in this much pain in my life. Just gotta keep trying to bury it somewhere. If it wasn't for Tiago, I'd be finished.
The last 5Ks, it was just very special to have 1/3 of the team there, and it was just very emotional also because I lost my grandmother a few hours before getting on the plane to do Unogwaja. She always told me to be careful, you know, in everything I did. I knew that she was with me the whole way, so it was very special. And to finish with those guys, it was good.
I just hope that this journey inspires other people to follow their own hearts. No matter what it is that is inside your heart, it's the one thing that is truly yours, and it's the one thing that almost gives us meaning on this earth. And if we're willing to put ourselves out there and put whatever it is out there, you'll open yourself up to an incredible journey. And the universe will come back tenfold in terms of what it gives back to you.